Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Marlene here from Stock Paper Scissors. In this video I have compiled a little bit of footage from a thrift store, and then after that I have several hauls for you from antique stores, thrift stores, yard sale, and I think also from an auction online. This first bit of footage is from the one thrift store that I did record at. It was simply called Thrifties, and it was a mission thrift store just outside of a town called Brockville in Ontario. It was a fairly small store. It looked big on the outside, but when you got inside, it was a wide store, but not very deep. And I panned around here as soon as I come in, and then I walked around the room. There wasn't a lot to be found. I was looking for some autumn items to decorate my home for fall. I did like this little copper jug, and I did pick it up and bring it home with me. It was $7, I believe. Here I am showing you a couple of things that would have worked for fall decorations. They were amber glass and some more white items that I was checking out to see if they were ironstone. We have some blue transferware dishes. And then on this shelf we have some vintage cups and a canister set. Here I always check out the silverware in case there is something that is silver or silver plated. This little spoon was interesting. Then I saw this basket with cookie cutters in it, but none of them were very old. There were a lot of plates and sets of dishes. Nothing that drew me to them. There was some restaurant ware, but it wasn't plain ironstone. I like the white ironstone. And I did check out all of the cups to see if there was any pottery cups. There wasn't much of anything. There was this one silver jug up here, silver lid. I think it was a syrup container for 50 cents, but the top was plastic. Then I checked out this little wooden box. Must have been a jewelry box at one time. And then these little utensils up above, I don't think they were old at all, but they were interesting. They'd be good for doing a little fairy garden. This red bowl, it reminded me of Goofus glass. And it was only $3. Here we had some white ironstone, but none of it was marked or had very much age to it. These little cups were like a demi cup. And this decorative dish had silver overlay over it. It was $3. I did see a plate down here that looked like it might be okay for autumn decoration, but I didn't end up getting that. It had pears and grapes on it. And then this was in the center aisle. They did have it decorated with a few items for fall. So I was checking those out. This little baggie I did end up getting for $2. I didn't care about the bottle caps, but I wanted those pieces that used to come in Jello pudding that had airplanes and cars on them. A few more things here for fall. That was a glass pumpkin. And then they had a few shelving units here. I did check out one or two. And they were in pretty good shape and they were a good price. But the one that I picked up and looked at, it was okay, but it didn't have a back on it. So I left that behind. This big platter was nice for fall. It was quite large. It was about 1 foot by 1 foot. And it was a decent price. They only wanted $2.50 for this. But it was made in China. It was nothing really special. This piece here was a vase for $5. It was a hobbyist piece. It was not signed. And this little bag of leaves I thought was interesting till I picked them up and realized they were plastic, probably from the dollar store. These couple of bowls looked nice. They had a nice color to them. They were signed. They were hobbyist pieces as well. And so was this little vase for $2. It had nice color to it. I considered getting it, but I didn't really need it. And then in the back I spotted this dish. I think it was for deviled eggs. It was lucite and it had dried flowers inside it. I did pick this up. I moved on and I saw these 2 lamps. I was checking them out, not that I wanted them, but I wanted to see the price. They were very nice lamps in great condition for $8. And they were vintage. I was looking at the frames down below. I'm always looking for frames for my gallery wall, but I didn't see anything that I was drawn to. And then I was looking at the clear glass. Right now I am looking for a top to a sugar bowl. I want to use it to put on my glass Christmas tree that I'm going to be making. I need a spire of some kind. So I either need the top to a sugar bowl or a bell, something like that. These angels I think were pewter. I couldn't see anything that said what they were. They were $4.50. And then this stitched picture was very nice for $3. I went to a thrift store with a friend of mine down near a town in Ontario called Brockville. And the thrift store where we stopped, it was just a small one, and it was actually called Thrifties. Thrifties Community Christian School, Thrifties in Tin Cap. And it was just outside Brockville, actually, in a place called Elizabethtown. So I didn't pick up a lot there that day, but I did find a few things. One was these salad tongs. I have one set of these already, but these were in great condition, so I grabbed them as well. And they do say silver plate on them, but it doesn't have where they were made. Then I also grabbed this little silver spoon, and it's probably silver plate as well. And what does it say on there? It's hard to read, it doesn't want to focus. Yeah, I can't tell what it says. Some of it's worn out. But a cute little spoon. I do collect these as well, so that will go in my collection. I grabbed this little bag of, they're like felt. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I'm thinking of making a decoration for fall, so I might use them there. It's just decorative moss. They're about a 1/2 inch thick, and they come with some little sticks as well. So they were 25 cents, so that's one of the reasons why I grabbed them. Then I got this vintage glass. I think it's a water goblet, and I believe it's the thumbprint. Really nice marigold color in excellent condition. So as you can see by the candies in there, that's in my fall decor already. I found this nice little cream jug. Got lots of weight to it. It was 50 cents. It does have a little bit of wear inside, so somebody was definitely using it, but no chips or cracks. And then I also got this one, and this one is extremely heavy. It's got some green transfer wear on it. Must be restaurant wear, but there's absolutely nothing on the bottom, not even impressed in the bottom. But it is very heavy, very well made. No chips or cracks on that one either. And that one also was 50 cents. Then I collect ruby glass. And they had this little vase there. It's not very big, just barely taller than my hand. And it was $2. Then I also found another dome or cloche. I use these in my decor quite a bit. This one was $2.50. And it's nice and heavy. Very well made glass. So at that store that day, I spent $23. So I've mentioned before on my channel that occasionally I participate in an online auction that's held for pickup in a town near me. It's about 10 minutes away from me. So it's quite convenient for me to shop at this auction if I want to. So I did get a few things this past week. First off, I got this big picture in this wonderful frame. Now I didn't buy it for the picture, but the picture is actually quite nice, needs to be cleaned. I bought it for the frame. And the reason I bought this frame, well, I have a gallery wall and I like these ornate gold frames, but I'm always looking for frames for my diamond picture art that I do for fun. This is one that I'm working on for Thanksgiving right now. But I can never find frames the right shape. So this one is the right shape. It's a little bit big. It will need a border all the way around it, which is doable, I think. And then I'll be able to use it. And I switched them out, my pictures out for the seasons. I do have some for almost every season and every holiday. So I'm happy to get that. It does have a couple spots of damage, but that is repairable. And like I say, it does need to be cleaned. And the painting itself is on some vintage board, type of board. Actually, it's not a painting, it's a printing. And it does say down in the bottom, OP Company. I'm not sure what that stands for. But like I said, the board is quite old. And this is the back of it. You can tell that it's an old frame and an old picture. And I could tell that it was painting or printing on board. So that picture frame I got for $10. I have my receipt right here. Then I also got this nutcracker. I do have a few nutcrackers in my Christmas decor. This fellow was a gingerbread man nutcracker. He's quite heavy, very well made. The only thing I can see wrong with him is he's missing a couple of candies on the top of his hat here, but they're in the back, so they're not very noticeable. His mouth works properly. He does have a little tag on him that says Figure Nutcracker. The original price was $121.95. Does have a barcode, so it's after 1970s. And on the bottom, it says Holly Adler Hollywood Inc., KSA Inc. I'm not sure where that is or where it's from, but it's a nice piece. I'm happy with that one. And for the nutcracker, I paid $8. Then I grabbed this little box of ornaments. They're glass. I was a little disappointed in these. I did pay up for them a little bit. They don't have a lot of pictures on the website when you go to bid on items, so you don't know how big anything is or really the condition. You have to just zoom into the one picture they post and see what you can tell from that picture. These ornaments are all fine. They're all glass. And I think they're metal tops, so they could be imitation glass ornaments. These are older, the two little flutes. This one has some damage to it, and it's missing the metal top for it, but you can pick those up extra. I thought about just standing it up, but I don't know how safe it would be. It's a little bit wobbly. So that one and this one. This one's in better condition, no breaks, but it also is missing the metal cap on the top. So those I ended up paying $12 for. They were the most expensive thing I bought. Then I thought I got a really good deal and I bought some inkwells. These two are glass, decorative cut glass. They were $2 each, which I thought was a fair price for those. And then I got another pair, and this pair has tops. The one top on this one, it's cut glass, it's fastened. It has brass around the top. And it says on the bottom, Inkwell cut crystal with brass mounts, circa 1870. And that tag has been on that inkwell for quite a long time. So that one and this one also has a stopper top. It also was listed as an inkwell. It's had quite a bit of use. You can tell by the wear where the stopper goes in and out of it. But quite pretty. And I got both of those inkwells for $2. Not $2 each, $2 for the two. So I was quite happy with those. I went to one of my favorite antique stores that's near me, a little town just outside of Eganville. And I go here quite often. It's an older couple that runs the store, and they always are sourcing things, so they always have new items when I go there. So I try to go there about once a month. So I went there recently, and I have a haul of items that I picked up. Now I did splurge a little bit. I usually do when I go there. This is my treat for myself whenever I go. So first off, I picked up this. It's in French on that side. Oh, it says, "Once upon a time, keepsake booklet with 5 coins." And when I look at the back, it says it has 5 Golden Jubilee 50-cent coins, Canadian coins. So this is from the Royal Canadian Mint when the Queen had her silver jubilee. So I picked that up. It was $10. I got this little hobnail milk glass. Cute little, I don't know if it's a sugar bowl or maybe a mustard pot. It's pretty small. It was $10, and I have lots of little spoons. It just needs a spoon to go in it. So I like that. I like the bright white milk glass. I got a couple other little creamer jugs. This one with the green stripe. And it says Shenango, China, Newcastle, USA. It's a cute little one. And I believe I paid $3 for that one. I think most of the little jugs were $3. This one was $4. It's a little brown jug, has some gold trim on it. And on the bottom, it says made in England, Wilson's. No, Gibson's, made in England. Another one is just a tiny little jug. I have a few of these now in my collection. This one says it's Durline Super Vitrified Grinley Hotel Ware Company, England, and it was $3. Nice heavy pottery. Then I picked up this little wee plate. It's a decorative plate. Almost looks like it's made out of milk glass. It's nice and white. It says Royal Adderley Bone China, made in England. And I grabbed this for my fall decor. Really nice pictures, in great shape. And it was only $2. I got a couple of whisks. This little one was $2. I do have a little collection of little brooms. And then this whisk, it's probably not super old, but these are getting hard to find where they've actually been used. And I got that one for $4. Then I picked out some jewelry. He had a nice selection of jewelry there. And I picked out some of the pricier ones. This one was $10. I love these colors, the copper ones. I picked out a ring for myself. It does fit. It's got some marcasite all around the outside. It does say 925 on the inside. It was $20. So it's a silver ring. And then I grabbed this green one, which was also $10. And I really like that color as well. I got 3 little spoons. He said $4 for the 3 of them, which I thought was a really good deal because they might even be silver. Just so cute. They're only about 2 inches long. Then I got this enamelware plate for $4, red and white. I do collect red and white enamelware, and I display it in my kitchen. I also collect ruby glass. I got this wonderful sugar and creamer set in great condition. It was a set for $15, so I will add this to my other ruby glass. Then I picked up this piece. Sorry for the shaking, I keep bumping myself. I'm not sure what this piece is. If anyone knows what it is, leave a comment down below. I wondered if it was a flower frog, but it almost looks like it's the top to something. And inside it says, other patents pending. And it's got some numbers. 1, 2, 7, 8, 8, 1, 9. And on this side, it's got other numbers, 7, 5, 5, 8, 9. More numbers. Those are all patent numbers, I assume. But I'm not sure what this is off of. It's very, very heavy. So it looks like cast. Does have some patina to it, so it might have some copper in it. But if anybody knows what it is, leave me a comment. I just thought it was very unique. And for that, I paid $8. Then I got this cute little butter bum basket. We don't see these very often in our area. This one looks very well made. It doesn't have any breaks in it or anything. It has a solid wood handle. And I'll be using it in my decor for displaying stuff. It was $10. Very nice. I picked up this gourd. These look like they are wood burned, dried gourds. I grabbed a couple of these last year. I'll show them to you. I got this one, and I got this one. And they all look very similar. And I'm using them right now in my fall decor for display. So I thought they were really cute. He was $4. I got this chopper. I have vintage kitchenware items above my fridge for display, and they're all red items, red and white. And so I picked up, oh, sorry for the screeching. I picked up this chopper in great condition. Still got the wooden mallet in the bottom. So that will be for display. Also for display is this very old jar. And in it is a mixture of cream bottle tops. Mostly green and white ones, but a few other different ones as well. So for the whole bottle, she wanted $8. That's bottle and bottle tops, which I didn't think was too bad. I grabbed this vintage tin. My dog started barking and I had to stop because I had a visitor. So to finish off what I got that day, the next item is this red tin. Very nice antique red tin. It says it used to have tea in it. Ocean blend, Indian, and Ceylon tea. So very nice tin for display. And the price marked on that was $15. Then another little item I got were these 2 little thimbles. One is very tiny. Both of them are metal. And when I asked the price on this, there was no price on the little bag. He just threw those in. He said no charge for those. So I thought they were rather cute. And then the last item, my favorite item, was this very old, probably antique, small, it looks like a doctor's bag. It has an old leather covered metal handle, and the leather is mostly worn off. It has this very unique clasp on it that does still work, which is surprising for the age. It's a leather bag. It's rather dry on the outside. I'm not sure if it can be treated, but I might try that to see if I can make it a little more supple so it doesn't crack. And then, so it actually came with a few medicinal bottles on the inside. This is the inside. You can tell it's quite old, very worn, but very unique. It even smells old. And then for the bottles on the inside, one is this. It says mentholatum, which we call Vicks, I guess. Milk glass bottle with a metal top. And it had this little bottle, an old dried up cork inside. And it's got measurements on the side of it. And on the bottom, what does it say here? Illinois, it says on the bottom, but it does not say what was in the bottle. And then there's this little bottle, no cork or anything in it. It does have a chip or a crack on top, but that's okay. And it says reliable doll, made in Canada, and it has measurements on the outside of it. Then it also had this eyeglass bottle for rinsing your eyes. No age or maker's mark or anything on that. I don't think these were original to the bottle. I think whoever owned it just made a small collection and threw them in there. This one says Cleveland's Fast Teeth Dentist Trial Size Alkaline Denture Powder. And it actually was sold, had the $3 price tag on it at one point. And then I think there's one more item in here. This was stomach and liver pills, purely vegetable, a vigorous cathartic. Niall Company Limited. It says Windsor, Ontario. And I do believe it's still in there. And it's a cardboard container. There's no pills or anything in it. Still has the lid, and it's wooden. So that's very unique. And that concludes my haul from that day. I thought I did very well. Altogether, my items totaled $202, and he gave me $10 off for a discount. So I was quite happy with that haul. I want to show you a haul I got from my favorite little antique store close to me. I had taken a few things in to the little lady, the owner of the store, to give her, and told her she could sell them or keep them, whatever she wanted to do with them. And while I was there, I picked out a few things that I liked. I had a look around. A couple of them she gave to me for free. She's always so friendly and so appreciative. So let me get these items unwrapped and then I will show you what I got. All right, now I have everything unwrapped. You can see my little grouping of items. So I'll tell you what she gave me for free first. I was looking at this little fabric heart. I already have a couple of these from her, and she threw that in. And as well, there was a couple of postcards, and I don't remember which ones. She gave me two of them that I was looking at for free. And I'll just quickly go through the rest of them here. This one, I think it's a pun on the old saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I'm not sure. But I thought it was kind of comical. And this one has never been written on. It was $4. Then there's this one. It was an Easter one. And it's signed on the back, April the 13th, 1908. As well, this one is a Valentine's one. And it's written on the back. And the date on it, oh, here it is, February 1909. And it was $4 as well. Any of her better quality ones were $4, and then some of the ones that were less popular, I guess, were $2 and $3. I think this is one of the ones she gave me for free. It says many happy returns, and it looks like an Easter one, April 1909. And as well, this one says Easter greetings, and it says on the stamp April 1909. So that's the postcards. Then I got a couple of these antique pictures. This one of this young lady, she's very pretty. Got her pearls around her neck, pin on her dress. It was $4. And then I also picked out this one of the baby. Thought that was cute, and look at the chair the baby's sitting on. Wonderful. And it was $4. Then also I picked up this little child's flashlight. It says it's a Top Light was the maker. She's no idea if this still works or not. It would be battery driven, but nobody was able to get the top off anymore. But I just wanted it for display. I thought that was really cute. As well, this is a child's shoe form. Very heavy, made of some kind of metal. Very nice. I think the flashlight was $3 and this shoe form was $5. Then I picked up these two milk glass bottles. This one has a tin lid on it. Says the Oakland Chemical Company. And I believe it's Canadian. And then this one on the bottom says Imperial, where is it here? McLaren's Imperial Cheese. It's from the USA, and it has a lid that just sits on the top. I don't know what kind of cheese would have been in that, but interesting. As well, I got this original package of marbles, 5 pieces, quite old as you can see. It was originally from Stedman's, 19 cents for that. And they are a larger size marble. Also in the game section, I picked up this antique set of jacks. It had all the jacks in the package with it, the original metal ball, and it is metal. And the original bag, look at that. That's quite interesting. Made in the USA. So I was quite excited to get that, and she was only asking $4 for that. Then she had more of these little brushes. I picked 2 up at some yard sales a couple of weeks ago, so I grabbed these 2. She wanted $4 each for them. That one and this one is quite soft. This one has a black wooden handle, and this one has wire wrapped around the handle with some kind of velvet material on top. And then the last item I grabbed was this photo frame stand or artwork stand. It's made of iron. It's nice. It has this hook to help the stand stay in place. It's about 12 inches high, and for sure I'll make use of that. And that was my haul that day from the antique store. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that. So today was yard sale day, and plus I decided to hit up a couple of my favorite antique thrift stores in a town called Renfrew. So the first place I went to was one of the antique stores. I didn't film anywhere because today it's like 34 degrees. Everybody was sweating and pushing, and so I just thought I'll get in, I'll get my stuff, and I'll get out and get home where it's nice and cool. So all I'm going to do is a haul of the items that I picked up today. So first off, I got one of these vintage address books. They wanted $2.99 for this, and it's in great working condition. Never been written in, totally blank. Nice, heavy. It's got felt on the bottom, so I like that. Then I've been looking for ruby red glassware for Christmas on my dinner table. A few weeks ago, I managed to get 3 water goblets, and this time I managed to get 5. I think these are water glasses as well. They had a whole set of ruby red glass there, and they wanted $150, and it was something like 50 pieces. But I managed to convince them to let me get just these 5 pieces because they weren't the same style as the rest of the glass. But they charged me $5 for each piece. So I did pay up for these. That was $25 for the 5. Then I'm getting ready to make another Christmas crystal or glass tree. I made one last year and I videotaped the process. So I'm starting to collect various pieces to make my tree. And the way you do it is, this is upside down, but you have to get pieces that fit together. There could be spacers in between them, and I've used shot glasses before and salt cellars. So I picked these 4 up as part of my design. And the way you actually make them is these will be turned over. And I don't want to stack them too high because they will slip and slide. But you create your tree by making graduated glass, such as this. And then you put something on the top. And probably what I will be looking for is a small crystal bell to put on the very top. So altogether, these cost me $12. It was $25 for the glasses and $2.99 for that. Then I went to another thrift antique store and I got another piece for my glass tree. This one was $1.99. There was A price tag of 25 cents on this little wee Beeswick, England. I think it's a toothpick holder. It's just tiny. It's a little crock. So I like that for my collection. And then I got some sugar cube tongs. These are silver plated. They do have some writing on them. And they only wanted 25 cents for those. And then this will be the base of my Christmas tree. It will start like that with something like this. And then all the other graduated pieces on top. And for this piece, they wanted 25 cents. Then I found this swung vase in marigold. I thought this would be really nice for fall. When I Googled this, it said it was a Dugan piece from about the 1940s. It's in the marigold carnival glass. And a lot of them showed up on sale for $25 on eBay and various sites. But that's just what they're asking. They probably sell for less. But I just wanted that for my fall decor. Then I went to 3 yard sales. 2 of them I didn't get anything. And then this one I did pick up some items and they were priced very fairly. She had a whole bin of these. Somebody had made these little pumpkins. I grabbed one for $2 for my decor. I got this little Gerber spoon for 25 cents. And what does it say on the back? It says H.W.M. Rogers Gerber. Most of these often have initials on them, the baby's initials, but this one didn't. Then I picked up this pewter ornament for 25 cents. It's very heavy. I like that. And what does it say on the back? It says Gloria Ducha Inc., made in USA. So I just grabbed that for Christmas. I also got these 2 frames. They are wood. They say made in USA on the top of them. And they wanted 25 cents each for those. And I can always use frames. I do have a gallery wall, especially the small ones, because they fit in little spaces on my wall. I grabbed these ornaments. There is 3 of them. They're quite large. They're glass. She wanted 75 cents for the bag. And they will go on one of my tree or in my Christmas decorations, as well as this package. They also are glass. Gold sparkle in them, but the tops are plastic. And they wanted $1.50. And there's 8 of those in the package. So I thought for $1.50, that's a good price because my Christmas decorations upstairs are gold and cream and cinnamon. And then my last piece I picked up was this Wexford style container. I use these in my cupboard for all of my baking goods, etc. They wanted $3 for this one, and it's a good size. I say Wexford style because I don't think they are Wexford, but that's the pattern that it looks like on the jar. And that's what I picked up that day. I had a lot of fun running around, and like I said, I went to 2 other yard sales, but they didn't pan out. So that's my haul.